know what's going on here. It's Guilty Gear night, just as every Friday is. Now, for those of you who were here last stream, we managed to get into Celestial at that time, and to celebrate, we're going to take a stream to relax instead, with some player matches in the park, instead of doing ranked. If any of you would like to go ahead and spar for some friendlies, let me know in the chat. Oh wait, wrong button. Online match. I'm used to using the little player match lobbies like that instead. Now, I've practiced a see, there we are. We still have Celestial open for us. So there's my proof, at least, for the moment. Huh. Wonder why 0's empty, but 1 and 3 are full. Seems the player base is shrinking, isn't it? But at least the first 2 lobbies still remain full all the time, it looks like. We should have plenty of people to match in here. Okay, why show me that if I'm not even in the tower? Now, first off, we'll lab through a couple of new things that I've learned in the meantime. Allegedly, there should be one person waiting for a match, but I am wanting to make sure that we know at least what we're doing in the meantime. Ah, there we go. Oh, great. Alright. Off to a horrible start, but I suppose it's worth giving it a shot. After all, this would be the best opportunity for us to learn the matchup. This is the single worst matchup in the game. This one is a legitimate 3-7, in a game where basically anything or nothing gets past. I should probably focus. Of course, the biggest issue is that with Axel is that a whole bunch of his nonsense is burst safe because he's always on the other side of the screen. Ah, a little too eager. Now we get to play. Huh. Funny, it seems that was a little too short for us. A rare opponent indeed. Welcome, Broham. Oh, wow. Too far. Well, that's the usual Axel routine. But hey, we got him low. You know, we landed that 2K, we should have been able to confirm off of it. So far, not the worst of Axels that I've fought so far. Now, let's go. That's a safe jump. I suppose it doesn't hit behind him. Interesting. Shame that one didn't combo. But we got in. This is what we need to focus on. Seems last time he bursted immediately once he saw that there was a setup for it. So, we'll try to bait him one more time. Just gotta get a little bit closer. Ah, he was eager for it, but we missed our input once again. So this is what we have to practice for. Our execution with Gold Lewis is incredibly unforgiving, so we need to make sure everything is ship-shape for it. We almost had this. Almost. He is boring. Trust me. You're not clever. I've seen that trick before. Every single Axel tries that one. So, we've cheated out a little win there, haven't we? Alright, let's run it by again. He's definitely a character that's played by a very specific kind of person. You'll notice that a lot of Axels are generally meme lords and they're looking to just make their opponents suffer. That's the general game plan and goal of just about every single cringe detective, exactly. Axel players definitely are cringe. No burst bait for us. But we got close. He's just a little bit too eager. Seems he doesn't know how to defend in this matchup, so mostly it's us trying to make sure we can get close. I hit a button too. One thing that's very important to note in this matchup is that a lot of losses against him will come down to not knowing some knowledge of the system's game mechanics. One of the most important ones to note is that you can FD in order to block immediately. Not the input I wanted. How about some honest chip damage kills? I'll take that. Seems we're still able to just squeeze out a win against him. It's a little bit of practice. That's one of the most important things you have to look out for, is the command grab there. This is a frame trap, and it seems he is willing to block it. Didn't get him on the read there. What we want to watch out for is trying to make sure he doesn't do that, but we can't actually even contest that much. The issue with that move is that Gold Lewis only has one jump, and if he sees it coming, he cannot enter in a second double jump. That move is actually more akin to an actual unblockable rather than a throw. So the biggest issue you have against fighting that is the fact that Gold Lewis himself can't fight it like you would a throw. Every match is stolen. We are professional robbers here. Focus more on the execution. He's going for the cheeky time stop, isn't he? We have a round to spare. No need to panic. We'll just try to see if we can play defensively and build up a burst gauge against him. That will prepare us for the next match. That's something you definitely always have to watch out for. Get him out of that block. You better start blocking. And just get him while he's trying to do something cheeky at that range. I wonder if that reset actually leaves you a plus, or... It seems there's a lot of different interactions that happen at neutral there instead of round start. So far doing well, but I don't enjoy fighting Axels. He doesn't play the game, really. That is the most important thing to note, is trying to get your faultless defense breaks out there. And bad burst. Will deserve that loss. Execution is failing. We'll warm up over time. This will definitely teach us how to be cool under pressure. I thought he already would have done that. And here's the reversal. We might be dead. Well, that's 3-1 so far, isn't it? A good record, especially for such a losing matchup. We'll go a few more rounds. Now, one thing I can definitely start doing against some characters, as Gold Lewis, is his jab is actually +3. No. Get a drone out there, make sure he doesn't escape into the air. Now let's have some fun. No, you're gonna get a throw. You're a bit too scared, aren't you? He's very good on the jump-in reads, but Axel's attacks just hit the entire full screen, don't they? Patience. That's what you need. Now that we have our positive bonus, we'll carry this momentum as best as we can. Get out that minigun. Punish his mistakes. Ah, nice little air dash out of danger there. Burst for me. I want to see it happen. And we got him. I definitely agree with you, Broham. He is one of the most boring characters to play and to fight. I think we'll go a couple more, but I'm not enjoying my time here too much. This is a frame trap. How silly is it a character like that can just run up and grab you? Like this. Good bursts on his part, they're not too predictable. He lets it hit a few times and he needs to know when he has a confirm. Funny how he can cancel it like that, especially considering it's a command throw, essentially. Luckily, the part about Axel is, so long as you have safe offense against him on Wake Up, there's not much he can do. Now let's have some fun. Thank you. Good night. We'll run one more. Well, would you look at that? We managed to make an Axel stop fighting against us. That was 6 matches though, so it's not like that was... I mean, I'd prefer not to be smug, but we made him want to stop fighting at least. Opponent status. Make sure you don't just randomly blue burst. Seems that combo's the same as always. I have been practicing a new one though. You'll see that one did... let's run through the full thing. Presumably meterless. Very rarely do I have the patience to get that set up with a full meter damage. Versus Axel, that's 284 damage right there. Let's try that one more time. Missed it. Oh, wow. Floor 7. Well, we will both have a lot to teach each other. But you know, I respect that. Someone willing to come up against someone with a higher skill bracket, at least that much of a difference. I've seen a very positive mindset from a lot of players in this game. Now let's see if he mashes buttons too much. Of course, there are a few players in this game who mostly just spend all their time inside of parks. Now, watch this. Authentic Xander turned butter. So this is going to be the biggest difference between a floor 7 player and a floor 10. He might not know the setups he'll need to not get caught by a wake-up super like that. He also might not be using reversal DPs, so we're going to mostly just pressure him with relentless offense on wake-up until he changes. Ah, that was the perfect setup. We had our own burst bait and everything. That is literally the combo I've been practicing. While in the case versus this chip, we'll get a bit of practice in just letting him know the Gold Lewis matchup. 6P. Catching the most common chip starter. Get a burst so he doesn't start his offense so soon. Alright, looks like he's very fond of doing the full Rekka. Ah, you were already on the ground. Ah, no full Rekka from him this time. You know, it's astonishing, so few people are blocking a 5k on Wake Up. That's very obviously a low, isn't it? Look at that, not blocking again. That's a frame trap. Short, sweet, and to the point. Given our recent Rivals of Aether discussions, I'm starting to get a fixation on the type of characters I enjoy playing, but it seems to be a little inconsistent across games. What is consistent is I always need big damage. Physical and emotional. Ah, Kayla, welcome. Glad to see you. We are playing in the parks tonight instead of going on ranked, so it should be a lot more relaxed, and who knows, we might even keep this one going a lot longer. Burst. This might kill. Not quite. Ah, I was trying to go for the cheeky run-up grab, but it didn't seem like we had the perfect read on him then. People punching up are the best learners. You know, I can kind of agree with that. Especially when it comes to a fighting game. Although, for the most part, I've felt like Punching slightly upward will let you learn better than punching way, way upward. Huh. I'm the one in the corner and he's somehow the one getting the penalty there. Oh wow, I didn't even reach. Low high. Good read. And that is a read on our end. Catching him out of his Rekka series. Take a drink. This is probably going to be a long stream. At least that's what my hopes are. Although it seems everyone's streaming tonight, so we'll see how this goes. Why are you mashing when I'm plus? Ah, nice run up and grab. That's a frame trap. And that's a burst bait. Don't jump. So one of the most important things to note about 5... Oh, you okay? Alright. One of the most important things to know about 5K, which is that little stomp, is that it has 9 active frames. That is longer than the longest amount of backdash invincibility in the game, so it's an excellent wake-up tool. 1, forces your opponent to lock low. And 2, it has enough active frames to where it will catch anyone trying to backdash and use that invincibility. If you hit it meaty enough, you might miss out on the backdash invincibility, but you could be plus off of it. It's also jump cancelable like most 5Ks. Well there's our first Shoryuken of the night. He's opening up our defenses little by little. This is a frame trap. I should have known he was gonna burst there. Classic Kali burst. And there was a bit of an interesting KO, but we hit his clone, which does have a hurt box. You definitely don't want to use that in neutral, but it's a very good set play tool. Drone. Ooh, you see that? Now that's perfection right there. Blaze Warrior, welcome to the stream. We are running through parks tonight, and if you'd like to go for a match, let me know. Unless you're the chip I'm fighting. I didn't pay attention to the name before I wandered in here.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Taking a bit of a break and having a bit more of a chill fighting stream since we reached Celestial last one, after about almost 3 months of trying to deal with it. Possibly shorter, given that Gold Lewis hasn't been here forever. Who is the guy that I'm fighting right now? Soul Lemming. Okay, that's his name. Different guy. This is a frame trap. Just keep swinging this coffin. Burst at solo health. So close.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
I wonder if that's actually plus or minus. The startup on that 5K is about 10 frames, so that's definitely a slower move to go out of. Live in a country and have internet, it's terrible. You know, that has been my entire youth, and I didn't actually even get into fighting games until about 2017 or so was the first time I was able to actually start fighting people online. Trust me, I know that experience very, very close to my heart. Grew up in rural Texas. Of course, I had a computer, but I didn't have the internet to support it. How are you doing tonight, Blaze Warrior? You here for Guilty Gear, or are you just looking for streams? Ah, look, he's learned. He's not just doing the third series of that Rekka so soon. But it seems he's still Cali bursting. Chip damage, or not. Wait a minute! I just realized. He's the one who picked 6 Black Heaven's Guns for his music. That's not my musical selection because he's player 1. Well, this man has excellent taste. That's my favorite track. Let me know if we have any particular music requests. You're just here to watch videos on fighting games because you like fighting games and also just want to meet new people. Well, it is a pleasure to welcome you to my classroom, Blaze Warrior. You interested in Strive specifically, or against, any other specific fighting games you're more interested in? Used to play games like League on 500 ping, you know that feel. I played, I think it was Team Fortress 2 with a ping of 1,000 for a little bit of time. You'd fight, but you don't want to steal the show. A bit hard to steal the show in my presence, isn't it? No Cali burst this time, so he's doing better. Start with the— oh, he got us. And he did his full Rekka. Nice confirm. Oh, that could have been stylish if I actually knew I hit him on the right side. There's the burst. 60. Nope. Missed him. Just start churning butter and disadvantage. Now that's a good one. You'll also notice that I switched to Korean voices. There's something I wanted to show off, and that is the fact that Gold Lewis absolutely shouts his lungs out on the Korean voice. This is a frame trap. And that is a command grab. Get a throw in it. You like that one, don't you? You just play anime fighters like Strive, Blaze Blue, and Under Night Ember. That's my personal favorite as well. Guilty Gear has been my favorite fighting game ever since about 2017. You gotta check out Blaze Blue. I think you'd actually like it. Honestly, compared to Guilty Gear, I like the aesthetics less, but I think its core mechanics actually function a lot better. I still could never get into Blaze Blue. Or Under Night. I tried checking out Enkidu as potentially my favorite character there, but he never stuck. Let's see. I kinda want to do Blaze Blue's stream sometime, but I don't really know who I'd be playing there. We'll go with a few more matches against this guy. Nata Korogane. That was the blood guy. I'm afraid I forgot most of the names in Blaze Blue. I haven't played it as long as they're not some of the more unusual names. I have trouble remembering the names of the visual novel characters. Ooh, almost. You'll have to do a bit better under pressure there. Ah, we got the burst out of him. Even if he missed the block. I was playing Tiger for a long time, but eventually I settled on Kagura Mitsuki, I think was his name. The guy that's basically the Leo of that game. I tried playing Tiger for the longest time, but I really don't like grapplers. I was hoping we could get that wall break. Now you see that 6P, that is a read. Chippy's learning, good for him. Slowly but surely. He got a match though. That's actually another thing is, I do want to do park matches way more often than this. The ladder system in this game's a little unstable, and the larger mix of fighters that we'll find in parks will definitely lead to a greater chance for commentary if I'm not going to have to try hard so much. Oh, I am definitely getting Melty Blood and streaming on release day. Ah, no gold burst for Gold Lewis. Good mix-up, you know? That's his first round. Congratulations to him. I have absolutely no experience with Melty Blood so far, so I don't even know who I'm going to be playing. Might end up having a wonderfully large game, or stream on that night. Ah, missed him. Alright, he's learning. Time to actually pay attention. Ah, command grab. He's mixing up his offense. Alright, I love to see this. That's his theme music playing right now. Oh wait, that's my burst. I might do a stream for the old Melty Blood games soon. Get that out there. Backdash. Ah, I should have seen it. Even though that was just a block string. Seems he's bursting every time we let off the Roman cancel. Now we can't just go easy on him. The advancing wall of jump dust. You scared? Nope, now I'm in the corner. Well, that's quick. Do you like helping people get better at fighting games? Definitely, that's one reason why I try to have a bit of a teacher aesthetic onto my streams. Broham here is another one of my students, probably my most commonly attending student. Competent enough to be on floor 910 now, after he started out on floor 7, so I'm very proud of him. It's a little easier to teach in person, but I'm definitely going to be outputting some fighting game tutorials soon. Well, depending on how intimidating the video editing mountain to climb is. Most important thing to know first is how to block. Ah, that whiffs. I wonder if I can do that after a micro dash. Burst that. Ooh, got him. Now that was a wide swing. Seems the rollback's getting a little crazy here. We might go a few more matches and see if we can score something else. Now, the most important motivation behind helping people is, well, fighting games definitely need to be played more. They're not nearly as possible as they deserve to be. And one of the worst things you can do in any community, league, is be toxic to newcomers. You can definitely show them some tough love, but if you want people to play these games, better start making it welcoming. Ah, trying to go for the grab mix-up. Going to try to become an anime voice actor when you get older, so you're gonna try hardest there. Ah! The voice acting's fun. I've really enjoyed doing that for the channel. I've had some people suggest that I might try to do that as well, so that might be somewhere on my radar. Got any character archetypes you want to fixate on? Any voices you've practiced? I mean, obviously I've taken a liking to the nerdy characters, so I tried to practice a voice for that. Ooh, you're dead. Why wait? I can be a great one now. Well, for one thing, there's definitely some... Oh, you talking to him or me? Probably him. Well, a personal recommendation is... if you have any direction to start, go ahead and start now. I've been practicing this voice since about last December, so it's been a while. I wonder if that's gonna hit him. It will, even if he's invisible. Friends tell me your voice will be good for action-based anime. Definitely good. Gotta practice that screaming then. Really gotta let that out. Ooh, jab him. Let it rip. That's why I switched it to the Korean voices. I love that. I'm not going to scream directly into the microphone. I'm, not surrounded by soundproofing. I think I'll go one more. Alright. Understandable. Well, it was a very nice time having you, Solini. Alright, that matchup doesn't work. Abomination. Well, any Jacko player is definitely one of those. So, let's take a moment and try to look at that combo that's been practicing, so long as we're... well, I guess we're not getting a match. Ah, what we're trying to get there is the close slash. Ah, why does it keep failing? Arxis, you should have done a lot better. You got any specific names, Blaze Warrior? Naruto, but... anyone else you have a particular liking to in other fighting games? That super is too good, he puts his soul into it. Exactly. I always have to play some sort of a hype character. I don't know, I think those super long combos are definitely what makes it interesting. What got me into fighting games? Well, my earliest experience would have been, and I will count it for the context of this question, but the biggest thing I enjoyed was Melee. Back in, I think I first played it around 2002 or 2003, even though Melee came out a little bit before that, didn't it? Wasn't it 2001? I didn't have a GameCube just yet, but I got a GameCube in 2003, and from there, definitely tried to play as much Smash Brothers as I could. Definitely all the Nintendo characters get to fight together interested me. But on top of that, I really liked how it's a very good avenue for expression. I think that's specifically the thing that keeps me most into fighting games, is its probably in my opinion, the most expressive medium for video games. You have basically a high-speed chess match between two characters with different tools, and you'll find that unless your game is completely shallow like Street Fighter V, everyone has an opportunity to play their character a little bit differently. And on top of that, it is very high energy and fun to watch. A lot of people have compared the experience of playing a fighting game to similar to being in your own shonen anime. While I don't particularly enjoy shonen anime myself, I'm not going to downplay that they're just generally hype. So, I consider it just the best way to express everything you're doing. Started with Tekken on PS1. It took me forever to actually own a Tekken game. I grew up out in the middle of rural Texas, as I mentioned, but worse on top of that, it's not finding us a match, maybe it kicked us out. But worse than that is the fact that my friends aren't particularly into fighting games. So, roughly similar to Blaze Warrior here, I mostly had to spend my time playing fighting games solo against the AI. Gordeau for Under Night and Birth, very, very high. I'll spin this coffin if you spin that side. We eat babies, the Nagoriyuki player. At best, that's questionable. Started with Tekken 4. Sushi Fairy, welcome. Have you been doing your homework? I better see that Zato on floor 8.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Alright, we'll have to pay attention for this one. Ah, I saw that grab coming too. Ah, no frame drop press. We'll throw out the drone though. No chip damage for us. Now let's turn this around. Someone call the police, we just witnessed a robbery. Nice smash. Good 2H. I'm watching. Guys, don't tell the professor that you didn't do your homework. You wanted me to be a stern teacher, didn't you? You're dead. I didn't even have to look at the screen for that one. Gordeau is best boy. He's definitely up there, but I have a personal fixation on Enkidu myself. Well, Sushi Fairy, if you're wanting some stern verbal abuse from your professor, we are doing park matches tonight instead of ranked. So if you want to fight the professor, tonight's your night. Any night's the night, but tonight we're fixating on it specifically. Ooh, why'd you do that now? We might be safe. Or not. Ah, missed. That is plus. Don't contest it. He'll expel you if you win. I am not a sore loser. Oh no, you regret winning a strict professor. Indeed. Be careful what you wish for. You should know I'm kidding though. And if you don't, now you do. Wait for it. We'll have an opportunity to rob him soon enough. Might be too late for this match. There we go. You just subscribed to my channel, looking forward to more of my awesome lessons. Well, thank you. I'm focusing soon on trying to work on the video editing part once I have some free time. But I'm definitely overloading my streaming schedule as of late. Do you play Rivals of Aether? You mentioned anime fighters. But I don't know if Smash clones are anything similar enough. Good jab. And better dust. This guy really doesn't care about biting, does he? He's mostly wanting to make sure he gets those sword swings out. So I think what we'll have to do in this matchup specifically, 1 is push him back, and then 2, try for that checkmate. Not enough. You know, given that that was a grab, we had a window in there. I was expecting another slash. But once we get over the video editing hill, I'm definitely going to be trying to put out a formal fighting game tutorial. Cross up. Let me see that burst. Thank you. Read the dash. Used the wrong button for it. Send out a drone. So close. I suppose that's something we should have 6-speed a little bit earlier. One of the most difficult matchups for Gold Lewis right here. So, voice I'm doing now, I've been practicing that ever since December. Off and on, I've taken a couple of breaks, but mostly I've been trying to find some windows here and there. I should have paid attention to that blood meter. Do it again. That's one thing that a lot of players forget, is the fact that you can easily just go ahead and hit that minigun a second time. But yeah, since roughly December is when I've been practicing this voice. And I'd say if that's a goal of yours, definitely start now, in the privacy of your own room. Depending on how much money you have to spare, would be a great way to spend time out there in the countryside. What is most important is that you try to get a microphone that you can plug a headset directly into. Finally there's the wake up super. And we'll eat death because of it. Yo, check this out. Oh, missed it. A little eager on that burst, aren't you? This is a frame trap. And that is a low. Don't jump out of that nonsense. Why does that 5k hit everyone? And I swear it hits everyone. Alright, we'll try to look for that backdash out of his slash pressure. Ooh, let's go. Should have paid attention to that blood meter. Always do that when you're fighting a Nago. If he whiffs blood rage, well, he's dead. And now he's actually dead. Going to try your hardest not to be so negative to yourself anymore, to try to focus on being more positive. Try your hardest for the things you want to achieve. You know, that's exactly the same experience I've been doing here as well. For about the first month that I was doing this, I wasn't getting any viewers. And slowly a couple of people actually saw the stream. The biggest issue was that I just didn't have much exposure. Eventually some people would randomly have stumbled across this stream, and it's done wonders for my confidence. I'd highly recommend finding some little skill to practice, because feeling yourself get better at something, slowly over time, will do wonders for your mental health. Ah, no minigun for me. Is he gonna backdash? So yeah, even if you have no idea what to do, if you have a microphone and can listen to your own recordings, definitely give it a try. Even if you can find some alone time in the shower, just go ahead and recite a few lines to yourself where you have plenty of voice to echo. Ah, no way can contest. Well, I could contest that with a 5K. But definitely, something I'd definitely recommend for trying to get yourself a little bit more confident in yourself. Just find something small that you care about to practice. Picked up streaming also as a way to meet new friends, and I've definitely felt a lot better the second half this year than the first. Ooh, got that backdash. Burst for me. And do it again. Note, if you need to get rid of a vampire, a minigun does nicely. 6p. Ah, missed. I wonder if I can contest him with a 426. Okay, good read there, but I suppose an air dash from Gold Lewis is the most telegraphed thing in the universe. And the weirdest 6p in the game. You won't get a Cali Burst from me. Oh wow, even read that and I don't get rewarded for it. If I get hit once, it's over. And there we go. I'm thinking about trying Happy Chaos, but I really don't know who I'd want to be maining. I'm definitely loving Gold Lewis since I figured out how to play him. I mean, I'm going to try every character on release date. I didn't do that for Jacko just because I was more focused on trying to get the Karafujins with Anji. Anji was the first character I mained in this game, and as soon as they fix him and make him a character that actually exists, I plan on playing him again. Excellent burst read, but no punish. This is a frame trap. I have no idea how Happy Chaos is going to play it though, so I'm definitely interested in seeing how he'll function. Only got one chance. I wanted close slash, thank you. Do it again. Ah, so close. But hey, we got close. If only Gold Lewis had the speed to punish a round start backdash. There you go, you see that? We conditioned him to start looking for those overheads after 5k. You were in tears at the end of the Guilty Gear Strive ending in story mode. I still haven't watched it yet. I probably don't have a chance to do that as a stream, so I'll just have to do that on my own time. I'm dead. Or not. We only needed to get one little bit of chip damage in there. Wait, now I remember. The seldom seen 6H actually can get someone out of a backdash at round start. Now let's get this started. You see that? We caught him out of his backdash with the long active frames. This is a frame trap. Ooh. Very telegraphed. I don't know why I did that. We still have a little bit of health after this, I'm sure. Come on, I've been doing the low highs. Billy Kametz is your favorite voice actor who voices the main character of Rising of the Shield Hero. I'm very sorry, but I'm not much of an anime watcher myself. I play anime games, definitely, but I don't really watch anime. I haven't seen Rising of the Shield Hero myself. Wow, it's been out forever too, hasn't it? Ah, good dust. We're not gonna burst that. We might already have lost this one. Let's give that another rock. Note to self, always land with jump H. Ah, astonishing. Those hitboxes definitely didn't carry. It's getting a season 2 soon. Well, I'm glad to hear. I've known that it's been out for a while, so especially heartwarming to see one of your favorite shows get a second season after so long. He's guarding. You see that burst bait? Alright, that's -7, and so if you immediately try to contest it like that, you definitely eat the reversal. I think the startup on that far slash is
멈추는 엿.
12 frames? So definitely be patient whenever Blood Rage actually triggers and they're close enough like that.
저기 아니야. 잡았어.
No verse for you. Now that's a combo.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Ah, got it. Alright, we'll figure out how to punish that backdash soon. Nope, it's gotta be a 2S. Noted. You know, that actually might be our solution. If we push him back too much with faultless defense, he's going to need to chase with some of his blood-related tools. Good grab.
Duel 3.
Alright, 6H and see if that works. There we go. No real chance for us to follow up on it, though. So we might have to try for a 426 Behemoth Typhoon. Drone. Pro players are not happy that this game is getting too easy for new players. I've definitely seen that, but that's the general direction a lot of fighting games are going in. And companies gotta make money, you know. Although, for what I know, multi-blood actually gets to be very difficult after all this time, so who knows?
Duel 1.
That game probably will remain difficult for all these fighting game veterans. Besides, they want their hard games, they can definitely keep playing Accent Core. This is a brain trap. Nice 6P. What were you waiting on? This is a frame trap. Genre would die otherwise without new people coming in, definitely. I agree to them making them more accessible. There are quite a few esoteric mechanics in a lot of these fighting games. Okay, there's the burst. Right, pay attention to the blood meter. And just FD everything. He has a chance now, actually. Well, that's only the first round. Okay, so he's definitely very, very high risk, high reward with those supers. So whenever he blood rages, play it safe. Alright, more frame traps after that. Like so. Get another drone out there. You don't know a lot of the fighting game. You don't know a lot of the fighting game terms. It definitely needs a whole glossary. Maybe that's another sub-series I could do. I'm definitely going to have to do a lot of definitions as part of the whole tutorial bit. Might even just do some series where I focus explicitly on just the definitions. Ah, wrong button. But we had our chance there. There are a lot of older, more difficult fighting games that are starting to get rollback netcode, which definitely makes... I think that just leaves up open a very good niche for both hard and or hardcore, professional, and casual fighting game players. Sure, Strive's easier, but it definitely has a number of things streamlined. Hey, don't be sorry. Nope, I'm blocking. Yeah, no need to be sorry. Any chance you have to learn should be welcomed, at least so long as it's in this stream. And besides, I'm always happy to teach someone new. Someone new, something new. We'll do a few more rounds against Nagaruki. So far, definitely our closest match tonight. Was looking for 6p. Guess that's not happening. Alright, so he's going to 2S as much as he can while I'm down, and then 5H when I start getting further away from him. Alright, so he is getting a little complacent. Once that second 2S comes out, we need to 5k it. Pros can still throw down, definitely. I think there's definitely a very welcoming change with... Newer games are definitely designed better. You have less incredibly weird esoteric mechanics and tools. I think if they added something like this that had, say, longer combos and more mechanics, well, for one, it would be more difficult to balance. Ah, talking during a match. Not one of my better ideas. Strive we'll go one. Looks like he's done. Strive may be easier, but pros can still throw down just with casual standing more of a chance. No fun in stomping, I know. I definitely look forward to a good stomp whenever I have a cathartic opportunity against a character I hate. That's just me. Ah, timing on that is so strict. Get another setup. Ah, if I wanted melee, I would have gone back into the tower. Oh well. Sam, in parentheses. Sam. Just in case we needed to make sure. Ah, here we go. This is actually a winning matchup for Gold Lewis just because he is capable of dealing so much damage to her. How do I feel about the characteristics of an Oni demon? In what context? Are we talking about the Street Fighter 4 character, or in terms of the actual yokai in Japanese folklore? Or an application to another anime or something, possibly. And you're dead. And that's why this matchup's actually in Gold Lewis's favor. He can kill Millia in about 2 combos. I definitely love Oni or demon characters, so I'll just default my answer to yes. Waiting for me to whip an attack, I see. I was hoping I could combo off that. That's a frame trap. Panic super at that distance. Japanese lore and anime. Well, I am definitely a big fan of Japanese folklore, so definitely very interested in Oni-type characters.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
I'm also a Toho fan if that has any context here, so if it's anything about Japanese folklore, I'm definitely interested. Right, should watch out for those. Fake pressure, and I jumped backwards out of it. There we go, now we get this party started. You were wanting to create your own character being an Oni. I should have punished that super. I had the safe jump and everything. Guarding. Alright, we lose that round. Well, definitely all interested for OC creation, for example. That's another reason I've been interested in picking up drawing and doing an art stream tomorrow. What are you doing air dashing back in my face? Oh right, you gotta remember that that's the nonsense they do. Get out, drone. I suppose that's a bit too predictable there. Alright, so she's a patient Lilia player. Let me do it again. Single best air button in the game. Gold Lewis's Jump Dust. You always wanted to become an artist as well because you wanted to make your own stories. That's another reason I'm here personally. I'm still learning drawing, so if you're willing to tune in for the stream tomorrow, definitely gives us all an opportunity to sit down and learn something new. Broham here is an artist, and as I taught him how to play fighting games, I'd hope he'll teach me how to draw. Missed it. Get a ball bounce. Floor slam. That's so difficult. It is easier with the 2H though. Noted. Alright, so versus heavy well. We're not crashing, are we? That was weird. Everything froze for a second. How's the stream doing? 0 dropped frames after all this time. Interesting. Alright, so let's compare that air. Alright, that's a higher bounce there. Now let's see how much this does. A miss. Noted, I'll have to pretty much do 268 each time for the finisher there. And missed the input again, but you know, we can probably do that off of a... we can do that off of a 6H. I wonder if that does any sort of comparable damage there. Well, would you look at that? Raw Super does 3/4 of Milia's health. Wow. Look at that damage. No wonder Milia loses this matchup. So that was 371. What are we doing? We are doing a 6H at the end. Long input. A little sloppy, too. Yeah, that's weird. What's with my viewer count? It keeps fluctuating. Well, that's definitely the perfect height to do a super up at that one. See how that compares with the cancel. Significantly less damage, 356 instead of 371. Noted. We'll pretty much do Behemoth Typhoon every time for the finisher there. And still no opponent showing up. So let's try that again. In Blaze Loot, you're just going to warn me that Naoto Kurogane is a very difficult character to master. A lot of Blaze Blue characters are, in my experience. He was the guy that had all the blood for his attacks, right? I know there's a few of them I definitely forget the names for. Mostly the characters that come from the visual novel, I tend to get their names mixed up. Step back into the training room, and hopefully we can find ourselves a match soon. Another drink. Yeah, I'll have to review his mechanics, cause I definitely don't remember how he fights. I haven't really played much Blaze Blue. Oh, that doesn't even work on her, does it? Wow, that doesn't even reach her. Alright. Looks like we might have the closest thing to a character-specific combo then. Lift. 5H. Given how difficult it is to set that combo up, we might just have to practice the regular one. This one's much easier. I wonder... No, you can't get a good 248 off of anything but Close Slash. That's the only button that will lift them high enough to do that. His ability is called Blood Edge. Basically, he turns his blood into a weapon like a sword and has a blood piece or a save. So hard getting that one done. Maybe we will just have to practice this one. Save that other one for burst baits. I don't think I even fought any friends playing Naoto, so I don't even have experience seeing him in battle. He's one of the characters I looked at when I was having my character crisis. Wow, that's impossible. You've seen it happen a few times. I guess it's something that I have to get the timing on the end of the 268 to be perfect with. No one seems to be going for a match, so why don't we go back to the floor select and see if we can find a different one. Wow, it looks like everything's rearranged. Wonder if that's a different server. Friends told me if you ever start dating, you should date a tomboy. Tomboys are good. Very good choice. I'm not interested in dating for a while, personally. I have a lot of things that I have to work on personally first. 17 out of 32 here, so this might have us some better results for now. If there's an odd number of players, you should find someone to match up against. BlazBlue visual novel, but you still need to play it. Is it on Steam? I don't even know. I don't play many VNs. I wonder if that's something I should do more with the time afterwards. I'm trying to find a way to occupy my evenings after the stream, but mostly I just dissociate for the next 2 hours. I need to pick up another habit to actually start using at that time. Now that's some catharsis. You said you don't like stomping, but that's definitely something I like to do with the stomping. Bought it on Steam. Noted. Who knows, depending on how the streaming stuff goes in the future. I'm astonished that my schedule's so full already. Though I guess if I try to make that many weekly commitments, that's what's going to happen. Wait for a sale though, if it isn't already on sale. It might be a while before I even get to it anyway. 318, hold on. I need to look at that again. Now the other one had some health subtracted from her a moment ago. And still didn't get it comboed. Still no matches. Alright, we'll have to look for someone manually. Even numbers, even numbers, even numbers, all the way through. Wow. Astonishing, everyone is occupied tonight. None of the familiar players playing. All the BlazBlue games are on Steam, definitely. Well, if any of you in the chat, Sushi Fairy or Broham, if anyone of you would look for a match, let me know. I'll go ahead and see if we can find our odd player in here. Amelia will do. Let's rock.
Are you ready?
It could open up a chance to learn, though. If anyone wants a lesson while we're fighting. I am very capable of sandbagging. My biggest concern is expecting you to be able to learn the game, so it's not like I'm going to be doing full Angry Gold Lewis unless you specifically requested it. I can hold back to give someone a learning opportunity. There's the grab. Ah, yes, the instant overhead. Check this out. I was expecting a burst. Guess you're a little bit too ahead for that. Alright, we'll have to go ham instead. And that's still faster than Behemoth Typhoon. Interesting. Then again, that does start up in like 12 frames or so. There we go. Now let's get this train rolling. Thank you for showing us mercy. Of course! As I said earlier, the biggest concern is that more people play, and I definitely can't get more people playing fighting games if I'm just mean the entire time. Robbed. Should have had that KO earlier. Okay, so you are definitely scared enough to just walk away once that starts. You're like an anime final boss hiding your own strength, and it just makes it easy for your students. I did say I don't know too much about anime, but I do know about Assassination Classroom, where they spent the entire semester trying to assassinate their alien teacher. Now, I'm not an alien, but given how many tricks I have up my sleeve, I might as well be. Loosen up, we'll need it. Good burst bait. You're no fun. Let me have it. Goodbye. Get another drone out. And since she's going to be jump happy like every Melia player. Block that. No jump slash for me. There wasn't really an angle I could have hit her with there. I'm not an alien, that's exactly what an alien would say. Well, there's a reason I'm the one in the coffin on the thumbnail. Think about it. Wrong move. Get a drone out there. And attempt to 6p the approach, but they're always going to do the double jump. Noted. Alright, we'll sit down and think about this matchup a little bit. We will need more 268s, and... drone. And we're getting the read, but we don't really have a way to make sure we can contest her before she comes down. Alright, we have to pay a lot more attention to this matchup then. There we go. Yeah, maybe I should do my own jump punches a lot more. And stop trying to go for that Behemoth Typhoon in neutral. Now we get to have some fun. Why are you grabbing on Wake Up? That is very clearly a telegraphed attempt to do a frame trap. And that is how it's done. Gotta make sure they're scared. A lot of people definitely don't seem to respect the plus frames, and it's surprising just how many of them go ahead and easily enough fall for the exact same low high over and over again. How's that gold burst for you? Ah, should have 5P'd that. Not much of a gold burst chance there, is it? Oh, this is what I like to see. Really? Now that is why our FD is important, but if I actually capitalized on that, we could have won that. This is a frame trap. Stop trying to jump! You see how they keep falling for it. You should know once that 5K comes out, you're getting an overhead. Oh wow, we could have used a 5K for that, I guess. Get a throw. And drone. Maybe that could have used a jump dust there instead. Weird RC, but okay. Could have done a bad moon off of that at least. Ah, I didn't even know there was enough time for another grab there. That's different. Alright. Let's crack down on this one a bit harder. You'd probably follow the same trick too, like her. That is what the final thing you need to learn about when it comes to fighting games. The single most important skill is reading your opponent. You'll see I'm definitely not doing anything with those very, very obvious and very fake bits of pressure. Of course, that's the issue when you're trying to talk mid-match. Perfect. Alright, we'll have to play a little bit more risky now. Maybe a bit more jump dust will suffice. Only got one shot at this. Don't fall for it again. And again, and again, and again. I'll rob that match from you, thank you. There we go. Now we're finally reacting to all that fake pressure. And goodbye. You need to get lucky every time. I only need to get lucky twice. Broham, where are you? I want a match. Wrong Behemoth Typhoon. Drone. Ooh, you tried. I wonder if she has enough time to guard. Unfortunately. Ooh, you see that? Now that's 6p. I need to watch out for exactly what those frame traps are. It seems like she does the full bit every single time. And goodbye. Summons Broham. I'd hope. We allegedly have 3 people here in the YouTube chat right now. You see that? That is incredibly fake. I'm watching for it. See, we've learned that habit. Let's see if she can readapt differently. If it's not off of a sweep, or in some cases a throw, it's incredibly fake. Just barely. You know, there's probably an option select I could use to at least cover 2 things at once. No, I deserve that one. I wonder if that projectile persists even if she's hit. Ooh, let's have some fun. Missing my inputs once more. That's a frame trap, because that is very plus. Alright, we know that she's blocking high now. You're getting predictable. And we've learned the patterns that we need. There we go. Gold Blue is perfect. Music to my ears. Watch, she's just going to backdash the entire time. That's a frame trap, and that apparently clashes. News. Nope, I went for the low this time. Although that was a counter hit, so she definitely tried the very wrong thing there. Crank up that risk gauge. You're doing it again. So we know exactly where that fake pressure lies. And we're getting every single counter hit we need out of it. I love it. Wow, hard to believe it's already been almost 2 hours. Alright, less attacking every single time we're in the air. And get this train started. I'm gonna spin this stick, and whatever happens next is between you and God. I love this character.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
I got as much time as I need. I'll take the burst, thank you. Get the burst. And get a full combo off of it. There are a few Behemoth Typhoon setups I've seen in the corner where that just causes a soft knockdown. This is Brain Trap. I wonder if that hits. I didn't say you had permission to jump yet. Oh, we got him. Yep, Korean Gold Lewis is definitely best. Only issue is I think this has the most annoying version of Mei. Nothing personnel, kid. Ah, I tried to jump. Knew that haircut was coming. Cali Burst. Because no match is completely over when Gold Lewis is involved. A bit too eager, aren't you? Watch me rob this. I'll steal that match. And I'll steal your hearts. I think we'll go one more and then try to look for another opponent. That's fake. Launch. I think that was a failed bad moon input. Oh wow, that is hard. Seems there might be barely enough time for it. She's blocking, but at least we don't have to take that part of the mix up. Gold Burst for the meme. You ready to see some spaghetti? I'm watching. Alright, maybe a different air-to-air would be better than that. Alright, been fun, Colby, but I have other business to tend to. That's been, what, 11 matches versus one person. Wonderful set of matches there, thank you. You know, I should probably work on the quotes here. How do you edit that anyway? R code. It's defaulting to Anji, maybe because that's it. No? He's not our highest level anymore. Edit profile, maybe. Comment. Nope. That's the same. Wonder if... I'm definitely interested in trying to figure out where we can change the quotes before and after a battle. Huh. Most wins versus Potemkin out of anything else. And the fewest versus Axel. Badge list, follow list. I suppose we'll work on that later. I'd like to try to change the quotes for when we're having public matches and in a match against someone. Do we have anyone else looking for a match? Nope, not yet. We'll take a moment to relax and sit in the training room instead. We'll have to set our stage to be the best one and the best song. So, Sushi Fairy, this isn't a dig on you, but have you played any Guilty Gear since our last co-Guilty Gear stream? I will not be upset if you say no, because it is a very, very steep hill to climb. But, as I said, my purpose here is to get more people to play fighting games. Ah, so close. Almost got the full combo. Now this is what I'm here for. Let's rock, Potemkin. I feel like this is a genuine 50-50 matchup. That's another reason why I have such a positive bias towards the newer fighting games.
Let's rock.
Ah, almost. This is a frame trap. I'm really not sure if I'll play a different character now that I figured out how to play Gold Lewis. As I said, they've definitely put a lot more work into properly balancing this game compared to, say, older fighters. I can tell that was a failed pot buster. I'm gonna teach you about plus frames. I'll just throw. Oh, well, nope, he was watching for it. Go for the cross-up on Wake Up. The Wake Up cross-up. The Xander classic. Although that's more of a Gold Lewis classic.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Alright, so he's mostly just trying to block immediately once the round starts. He's blocking all those overheads though, which I'm definitely respecting him for. Although I think that's a consequence of him being very fixated on moving backwards for every time he's trying to block. Uh-oh. Ah, almost. I should have seen that coming. Ah, well, that's gonna work, actually. Heavy gaming. So we know he's running backwards at the beginning. Or not. Not anymore. Good hammer fall. Ah, I messed up my input with that lag. Block that. You're gonna have to work harder for one of those pop busters. Good grab. And here is a super. Come on, come close. Just a little bit too much space in that pressure right there. You know, it's very interesting being out of ranked. It's definitely a lot more relaxed. I wonder if I should bind a button specifically to two separate buttons, that I can use that as an FD button just about any other time. Get back in the corner. People jump an awful lot against him in the corner. Alright, so he's doing a lot of blocking backwards. We'll see how we can exploit that. Look at that! 50% on Potemkin of all people. I absolutely love that 682. 684, that's what it is. Hits him in the air.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
While you're doing that, why don't I sit back for a little bit? Nope. Perfect gold burst. Let's see if he can use that meter. Oh wow, excellent slash too. Here's my burst. Not gold, but I think you'll find it sufficient at least. He got one! I'm proud of him. Of course, most of that was me missing my FD against that Gigantor. Hard to believe they took out the follow-up on that. That was such a fun move to do. That's very punishable. Ooh, here we go. I'm not letting him get around that. Or maybe I will. Excellent. He's figured out a rhythm. Take another drink. Ah, he was just wanting to get one in there. I was thinking about actually playing Potemkin against him. Maybe seeing if there were a couple of tricks I could show him as well. Wolf on bath salts. That's definitely Faust's name if I've ever seen one. Ah, what a lovely Friday night. It kind of does look like YouTube has, or at least Restream has stopped tracking my numbers. Web browser says 3. Restream, or OBS, says 2. Alright, you lunatic. Ah! Didn't know the timer on that one. Ah, projectile persists even if he's hit. Guess he has one of the best fireballs in the game then. Oh, definitely don't want that. No, he's gotta deal with it. I don't have much HP to trade anymore, so it's mostly him controlling the pace of the match now. Ah, almost. Maybe if we did a jump dust, that could have turned out better. Excellent 6p. That's such a deceptive 6H. This is a frame trap. Ah, no horn for me. Guess we're not getting it. Let's run that by one more time. Well, more than one. We definitely need the Faust practice. And we'll get the high damage there. Get that drone out there. Try to jump slash his attempts to escape, and it doesn't seem like that's working. Well, that's a way to follow up a combo if I've ever seen one. Alright, definitely having to do a lot of work against this Faust. Finally, someone that knows the matchup. The biggest issue is we really need to make sure we can get in. But he's Faust, so he's going to make sure that happens as little as possible. And there, we finally have a round, it looks like. Excellent.
Duel 3. Let's
Alright, he's always moving backwards, so I'll try to catch up to him. And most importantly, realize that we are not safe at a distance. I can block all day. I think he just started up something then. Get him. Got him. On the way down, at least. Well, now that says we have the correct number of viewers. Braham, did you ever come back?
man. Duel
Let me see my shining star student. I want to do some matches. This is a brain trap. Alright, a bit less committal on the attacking. We need to make sure we get in, because his buttons aren't going to be very good once we're actually in there. Ah, so close. Almost got that grab on him.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Now that's what I like to see. We'll have to be a lot more patient for their anti-airs then. That's so deceptive. It doesn't look like an overhead until right when it comes out. And he's not gonna FD that. Fine, take the chip damage, it makes no difference to me. That hits both sides at least. The most important part about Faust is making sure you're never predictable. Get that started, and then he'll warp. Well, he knows the matchup. Finally, someone who's actually fought a Gold Lewis before. Changed lifestyle habits, he says to the fat character. Now that's a good one. Alright, let's rock this again. Now let's get this started. He has no health. I'm impressed. 5P remains a completely useless button. Boy definitely knows how to follow up on that. Ah, got by the overhead again.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
Well, we probably have this one won. The good news about 426 is that it's plus. I think it's only a +3, but still exceptional. Ah, that's what the hairspray does to you. Now watch Gold Lewis style on them with the burning afro. Definitely an American hairstyle. Snazzy, I should get me one of those.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
If only it wasn't the hammer. Timed it just a little bit too slow. Frame trapping. And at the perfect angle he needed.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Kinda hard to tell when those bombs are gonna explode, isn't it? You know, I really should use Gold Lewis's 2D more. It's an excellent button to chase people trying to backdash away from you. Ooh, here we go. Drawn out. Thanks for the banana. And the slip up. No mix up for you. And there we go. You know, I just realized. I never updated my Twitch stream, did I? That's something I really need to fix. It seems all my video streams cut out, so let's refresh that real quick. And make sure everything is up to date. There we go.
Let's rock.
There's the burst. You know what a very interesting thing is about this game? The fire on Faust's Jump Dust has a hurt box. As if they couldn't hurt that boy anymore. Oh, that'll work. Wrong button. Get that started again. And we got the burst bait. Excellent.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Guess that's the spot where we definitely need to be using our 2D more. Here we go. You and me together. And they still got him. Get that out there. And no drums.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
Now we're talking. No grab for you. Excellent. It's kind of funny that his 5k will lose to 6p like that. Very unusual button. And very good, particularly against Gold Lewis. Kind of sad that the low there doesn't really have a conversion option. Or that it does fall to so many tricks. Definitely doesn't reach far enough to force them to guard. There we go. How about some mix-ups for you?
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Having fun with those item throws, are you? Gold burst. I was waiting for it. Wasn't waiting for that. The OTG close slash as an Oki tool. That is a high. I like this guy. I definitely need to fight Fausts more often. Matches never get old versus these guys. You're not getting a full combo off that setup. Run up the neutral and command grab. got a low so close to the ground.
Duel 2.
I wonder if lows actually interact with characters in the air. Are they still blockable? I really liked how old Guilty Gear handled it a lot better, where you'd have to FD if you wanted to guard anything in the air. Faust really has some setups. I imagine there's a lot more to learn with him than, say, with other characters. The most interesting thing about him is is because of his giant buttons, he pretty much always determines the pace of the match that he's in. I suppose that one was safe there. Wasn't really a good way for him to end that without getting burst baited.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
There we go. Also with probably the most unique crouch in the game, having such a low profile. What did you miss? You missed a little bit. Nothing particularly important. You did miss a Potemkin match, but he was a new Potemkin, it looked like. Only level 30. I also was asking if you were around for a match. I definitely would be looking forward to that if you'd love to show up for one. Interested in doing some friendlies, Broham? Ah, well, I guess 5P's good for something. Oh, well, that'll hit me. You'd play, but you're in Civ. Darn. Well, we might be winding down the stream then soon, since it seems it's a bit of a low activity night. Or we might just sample a little bit of competitive. You know what, let's do that. Let's go into the tower after a couple more matches against this Faust.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Ah, and he gets out of the corner free. Maybe not. No chance for a jump test there. But there, we're going good. You have your item tossing, I have mine. Chip damage kill regardless of what would have happened there. No need for mix-ups, I guess we'll keep doing a dash forward 2D. 2D is actually a much better weapon for catching rolls, or catching backdashes. Still enormous pushback after all that. Yeah, well, a little bit of chip damage will do. And you missed. Alright, we'll do one more against this Faust, but I'm definitely having fun. How many matches has it been? A lot against just this one wolf with path salts.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Ah, no sweet for us. And that entire thing's burst safe. I think it wasn't like that in Xard. Ah, that was a hard enough knockdown. It does look nice. You also miss a windscreen with him having a burning arrow, which was definitely a sight to behold. Ah, no chance to block there. Shame. Good 60. Hey Xander, multi-streaming now. I have been trying that for a while, just trying to see where people would show up. For the longest time tonight, I actually had emotes turned off due to the whole bot crisis lately. So, well, I had it set to emote-only chat, so I didn't even have people able to talk, and that would explain definitely why no one showed up in Twitch tonight. I definitely need to set my Stream Deck buttons to just handle a bunch of that stuff autonomously rather than me having to run through an entire 5-minute checklist every time I prepare to stream. Glad to see you show up though. Welcome. My audience is mostly on YouTube. That's gonna get him right as he comes down. Oh yeah, this is what we were practicing for. Got that full burst punish we were looking for. Missed your command grab. I was mostly streaming exclusively on YouTube for the longest time, but it seems Twitch is a bit more popular in the West, or significantly so. Ah, that was a good guy. I liked him. Oh wow, it's super easy on him. I guess that's just the disadvantage he has for having such a huge hitbox. Or I just got lucky the first time, I guess. Alright, let's try doing a couple serious matches here. Depending on how long the stream goes on. Not sure what else I have to be doing tonight, so who knows? Yeah, it seems OBS is way behind on reporting viewer numbers. Weird. I'ma leave you lurk here while I go hang out with my GF, she says. Alright. Later for now, Kiki.
Welcome.
Oh, wow. Nagaruki way up there, isn't he? I guess it's not going to hurt our ranking to be fighting people that high up, so... Ah, no options for us. We'll just stand by in training mode. Practicing on the character we hate most. Failed to match with opponent. Disappointing. We should have some much higher energy matches here if we're going into the tower, so... Look forward.
Got a newcomer. Are you ready?
comeback, kid.
Here comes death.
Alright. Twitch versus YouTube streamer. Let it rip. You know, I might just have to say hi to him real quick at the end of this.
Change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blame the beasts.
We'll let this one play out.
Or hell.
God, I hate May. I hate May so much.
Duel 1.
Oh, you just wanted to see your intro now, didn't you? Now you're in the corner. Alright, good pressure. Let it rock. And an excellent burst bait. Darn. Alright, that's level 3000 for you. Hello there, welcome to the stream. You're here to root for your own boy, aren't you? Let it rip. There we go. Alright, we got a chance. Take it and run with it. We rub matches here. Get up here. Best air button in the game. Alright, gotta wait for it. Oh! Well, not what I was expecting. Good match then. There's the Xander choke for you.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Drone. Oh, good backdash. Maybe we can still catch it. Nope. Huh, interesting. That does catch jumps. And we're dead. Alright, we have very good round starts, but we definitely need to focus on the pressure that is given out on us. And remember that the slow dolphin, at least the one that with the slower startup, is very, very plus. Start flailing around like an idiot and it'll work. Got him. Alright, let it rip. See if he does the same thing again. Counter hit. We were close enough to actually clash with it that time. Get a drone out there. Catch him on the entry. Ah! Excellent. I didn't even know that was plus enough for him to get a block off of that. And finished off yet again with the dust. Oh, close, too. Ah well.
모두 다 같이 이겼다.
Alright, time for my own comeback, kid. Bad puns ahoy. There's a 2-4 for you.
Mankind mute.
I didn't ruin my, no. I think my Twitch chat's still working. Alright, that catches jumps as well. There we go. And see if we can carry this one. Frame trap. Oh, I'm surprised that one actually won. Ah, not the range to contest.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Ah, gold burst. Ah, that was a fast one, so. GG's comeback, kid. There's a level 3000 May for you.
May wins. First match.
I'ma say hi real quick.
We've got a newcomer. Are you ready? Here comes Daredevil.
Ah, I can't remember. What was his Twitch handle?
Mankind mute. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Get the minigun out there, and that is an excellent conversion for us. Stun dipper time it is. Alright, run up grab as always.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Oh, there is a gap there. Well, after a punch, definitely. Definitely seemed like he tried to get a burst bait there. Ah, Mr. Reversal window there.
좋은 승부였습니다.
Alright, run it back one more time.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Vapor thrust as always. And to think I was churning butter too. Wonder if a 5K would have handled him there. No reset for you. Good attempt at a burst bait. Not blocking those cross-ups now, are you? And got him. Just so long as he can get over their lows. Hey, that makes no sense. I thought you're supposed to have 5 frames of invulnerability on wake up. Unless that expires when you're attacking. Frame trap. Get a drone out there to protect us from some fireballs. Ah, a little too quick.
이번엔 제가 이겼군요.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
There we go. Ah, no full punish for it either. But we got the burst faded. Oh, you're kidding me. How does that not get the floor bounce?
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Missed. Note to self, way more safe jumps. Ah, good one. Seems we're very solidly a floor 10.5 player.
Burst max.
Yeah, no, I can't find that guy's Switch. I'll have to actually look at the VOD for that one. But at that point, it's too late to say hi, isn't it? Alright. This is a very interesting track. I don't think I've heard this one before. Definitely gotta work on that one. Start spinning the stick in the other direction. So that's another thing we definitely need to practice. You'll see I've done a couple of setups that involve doing a 5K, jump cancel into a jump. Oh wow, everything's crashing again. Come on. There we go. Okay, maybe that was just the game. But there have been setups where you'll see me do the 5K, jump cancel into jump K. But what we're needing to finish that off with is the Behemoth Typhoon on the way down.
Here comes Daredevil.
I think we'll go for one or two more sets. Then we'll call it a night.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Alright. Bursting while downed. See if you fall for the same tricks again and again and again. So far, it feels like Gold Lewis has a winning matchup against her. Oh, you got yourself in the corner. Why did you do that? Alright, I think that starts a combo, doesn't it? Well, maybe not in this situation. You know, I'm thinking about doing more Guilty Gear streams. Especially since we are in Celestial. Alright, no fear in this game whatsoever. Let's fix that. Alright, so the block and then mindlessly start taking your turns. So the pressure should be pretty predictable here. Right. That's the one that's plus.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Oh! Getting that rollback warp. Oh, she's certainly making her comeback. Get out of here. Nope, that's a frame trap.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
Ah, I wonder if you can actually punch that with a jump grab. Gold Burst, because I won it. Interesting, that doesn't seem to combo in a lot of situations where it really should. Alright, no wake-up supers. That is plus. Please don't mash out of it.
여보세. 시작. 주문한 적 없는데.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Right, absolutely no defensive options at the beginning.
여름 카드다.
And so far, no wake-up supers. And lots of mashing. Just run up and throw him, I guess. That'll work against Gold Lewis. He's not going to spend too much time jumping around. He's a character that tends to stick very glued to the ground as well. Also, what's with the occasional stutter here? Really feels like this person's on Wi-Fi or something. Could have sworn I did 5k, but maybe that didn't draw my hurt box back far enough. And goodbye.
무슨 일이야?
Might have to switch to a different voice dub later, but I'm definitely enjoying the Korean one. Alright, we'll wait for, I guess, one more set, and then we'll be calling it a night.
We've got a newcomer.
Ah, darn. Love this game. Actually, I'm thinking about maybe trying to do more tower matches. Who knows? Maybe in the future. At least while we're out here in Celestial, it might be a better route for us to take.
일어설 수 있겠나?
Hmm. 242 damage. That's passable, but not by much. I guess we really need to worry about messing with that with another Behemoth Typhoon instead. $255 is definitely good enough for me. Although the closer we are, the better it is for us to do a follow-up with the super. Nagariki, an excellent one for us to end on.
Here comes Daredevil.
Seems I've done a lot better on the spacing out of the talking this stream. I haven't been an absolute chatterbox, and so now is just and so now is actually the first time I've gotten through to the end of my drink. Normally, I just finish that off in the first hour. We definitely need to practice this versus the heavyweights, though. Need to make sure that we hit them with the top of the 248. Get the slam. I think we need to cancel into the close slash earlier. Seems like it's happening just a little bit too late. This is something I definitely love, is that there still seems to ultimately be a case of a lot of fighting games having their most difficult combos do the highest damage still. Hokuto no Potemkin. Well, a pleasure to meet you. You know, I wonder if it's actually a better idea to go through Ranked, and maybe even Celestial to pick up some new people watching. That seems to be a much better option for getting to meet people. After all, people will take a longer look when they meet you in Ranked, and you'll come across a lot of better folk. Whereas if you end up in a park, you're mostly only going to fight maybe 5 people over the course of an hour, given how long you're going to stay in those matches.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Don't think I've heard this music track on anyone before. Let's go to town. Ah, darn. No throw for me. We cannot let that happen again. Ah, nice burst. And surprisingly, that worked.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Ah, almost. Oh, that's interesting. Blue Roman Cancel gets you enough hit stun to combo off of a dust. Finally, we timed down that 5k perfectly.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
This is a frame trap. It seems he knows that. Tried to 6B that. Wow, that's a PRC if I've ever seen one. Get my chip damage. Welcome, Hokuto. I imagine that's you showing up in the stream just now. Let's have a ride here, shall we? Ah, there we go. And that's what happens if you miss your execution for Behemoth Typhoon.
Duel 2.
Nice block. See if we got enough time to get that out there. Excellent. Give him a knee. I'm gonna need it. Excellent read. Cross up it is. Let's rock. Excellent match.
예, 대통령님. 잘못 거셨다고요?
You know, maybe I should do ranked matches in Celestial more. Thought the park would be a much better place to end up in, but I think I'm having more fun this time. Uh-oh. Whatever happens, don't let me live out the Garuda Buster. I'd rather have that, personally. Excellent burst read there. I was hoping that jump H would do something. Show me what for, huh? No jump-ins here. King of Miss Meaties right here. Down to the wire. And the weirdest cross-up I think I've ever seen in this game. But I suppose that's what the body splay does for the grappler. Huh. Noted. You know, that's probably a really good reset. Might use that one instead. Does that set us up for a safe jump, though? We'll go one more.
Duel 1.
No, this is a different guy. Wonder if a 2K would have worked there. I'll take that trade. Good burst bait. And then the grab. It seems everyone can just backdash away from Gold Lewis. Alright, we'll deal with it. Yep, that's the Kai matchup for you. Alright. Ready up, limber up, and focus. This is our last match of the night, so might as well go ham.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
5K. Ah, Behemoth Typhoon would have taken care of him.
Perfect. Duel 2. Let's rock.
This is a frame trap. I saw it coming too. Let's turn this one around. Cute. Uninstall that dragon real quick while we're at it.
무슨 일이야? 안 들리잖아.
Duel 1.
Awfully quiet around here for a Friday, isn't it? And the burst bait of the century. Let's get this started. Nope. Oh, at least it gets you out of the corner. No burst and no goal.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Wrong button. Oh wow, I was expecting him to be launched further in the other direction. Drawn up. Ooh, this is hype. You're not trying to jump out of my pressure, are you? Alright, so in cases like that, I think we definitely need to start doing aerial approaches with our aerial Behemoth Typhoons. Get out of here. That isn't quite our KO. Ah, OTG. Guess we can't deal with that. I wonder if mashing burst would have worked there. Alright. Pause that. And slip our way out of here. Well, that was definitely a very interesting and different change of pace for Guilty Gear on this channel. I'm really wanting to play it a lot more, honestly. So, possibly in the future I might start routing more Guilty Gear streams back onto the weekends. We've only been doing about one a week for a while now. But I'm definitely missing the earlier times in which we were just doing Guilty Gear for the most part. Tomorrow is our art stream in which we are going to be drawing animation cells and, well, maybe not cells, but we're going to be planning out our Rivals of Aether character. It's probably going to be a long-lasting chill one like this, and regardless of who shows up, should be an excellent chance to get a lot of work done. I hope to see you there. You've all been a wonderful, wonderful class. Maybe I should start saying that now instead of audience. Alright. Class is dismissed.